Ka-chow.
Start by removing the screw in the door handle, the screw in the cup handle, and the trim piece screw, then remove the cover for the tweeter just by pulling. Next, you'll want to use a dull screwdriver or a plastic trim tool to pop the door panel away from the door skin. Lift the door panel up off the window seal. There's going to be 2 electrical connectors. You're going to need to depress the tabs and pop those out in order for you to remove the whole door panel. Next, you're going to remove the 2 10mm bolts holding on the door panel support. After that, remove all the gold 10mm bolts except for the one that the regulator is positioned on. You'll see that the hole is designed to have the bolt slide out instead of being completely removed. You're going to need to turn the key to the on position, not running, but on, and then hook up the electrical so that you can roll the window down enough to reach the 2 bolts that are holding the window to the regulator. You can choose to use the whole door or just the electrical part of the door handle. Be careful when removing the 2 bolts from the window regulator. You don't want the window to drop inside the door because that could cause it to shatter. While holding the window with one hand, make sure you push the window regulator back and forth so that you can get the window free. Do not drop the window. Disconnect the electrical connector from the window regulator and slide the regulator up off that positioning bolt and out the hole. Use a T25 Torx bits to loosen the 3 bolts holding the window motor to the regulator. Compare the new part to the old part to make sure they're the same. The old window motor had grease on it, so I lubed the new one with silicone grease. Put the bolts back in, make sure they're tight, probably about 5 to 7 foot-pounds. You're going to slide the regulator back in through the hole and line up the positioning bolt with the positioning hole. Once the regulator is on the positioning bolt, you want to line up the little arm and secure it first. Replace all the gold 10mm bolts, tighten them down to just tight, which would be between 5 and 7 foot-pounds. You'll need to reconnect the electrical connector to the window motor so that you can operate the window regulator in order to position it to put the window back on. Put the window back in the door and make sure it's in its proper channels before aligning it with the window regulator. Test the window operation multiple times before putting the door panel back on. Make sure to replace the 2 silver 10mm bolts with the bracket that supports the door panel. Hang the door panel up on the windowsill and then align it and push the plastic brackets back into their holes on the door skin. Put the tweeter speaker cover back just by pressing it in place. If you had taken the electrical completely out of the door, reconnect the 2 connectors and put it back at this time. Put the trim screw and the 2 screws in the door cups and door handle back in. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video useful, please subscribe below so we can help other people find this video.